The Messy Past of Diana Ross. Diana Ross is one of the most iconic singers of all time, with a career spanning over 6 decades and countless hits. She rose to fame as the lead singer of the Supremes, the best-charting female group in history, and then embarked on a successful solo career that included music, movies, and fashion. She has also been a devoted mother to 5 children and a grandmother to 8. But behind the glamorous image and the dazzling performances, Diana Ross has also faced some challenges and controversies in her life. She has been involved in several romantic affairs, some of which ended in heartbreak and scandal. She has also struggled with addiction, depression, and legal issues at various points in her career. She has been criticized for her diva behavior and her alleged rivalry with other singers, and she has had to deal with the loss of some of her closest friends and collaborators, such as Marvin Gaye and Michael Jackson. In this blog post, we will take a look at some of the most notable episodes in Diana Ross's messy past, and how she overcame them to become the legend that she is today. The Supremes breakup. Diana Ross was the undisputed star of the Supremes, the Motown girl group that dominated the charts in the 1960s with hits like Baby Love, Stop in the Name of Love, and You Can't Hurry Love. But her success came at a price. She was often accused of overshadowing her fellow members, Mary Wilson and Florence Ballard, who felt neglected and resentful. Ballard was eventually fired from the group in 1967 after struggling with alcoholism and weight gain. Wilson stayed until 1970, when Ross announced her departure to pursue a solo career. The two women remained estranged for years, until they reconciled in 1988 for a Supremes reunion tour that was cancelled due to Ross's demands. The Berry Gordy affair. Diana Ross had a long and tumultuous relationship with Berry Gordy, the founder and president of Motown Records. They met when she was 17 and he was 37, and they began a secret affair that lasted for several years. Gordy was instrumental in launching Ross's career, both as a Supreme and as a solo artist, but he also exerted a lot of control over her personal and professional life. He fathered her eldest daughter, Rhonda Ross, who was born in 1971, but he did not acknowledge his paternity until 1989. Ross married music executive Robert Ellis Silberstein in 1971, who raised Rhonda as his own, but she divorced him in 1977. She then married Norwegian businessman Arnis Jr. in 1985, who fathered her 2 sons, Ross and Evan. They divorced in 2000. The Marvin Gaye duet. Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye were 2 of Motown's biggest stars, and they recorded a successful album of duets in 1973, titled Diana and Marvin. The album spawned hits like You're a Special Part of Me and My Mistake, but it also sparked rumors of a romantic affair between the 2 singers. Both Ross and Gaye denied having an affair, but they admitted to having a strong attraction and chemistry. Gaye was married to Anna Gordy, Berry Gordy's sister at the time, but they separated in 1973 and divorced in 1977. Ross was also married to Silberstein at the time, but they separated in 1976 and divorced in 1977. Gaye was tragically shot and killed by his father in 1984. The Mahogany Scandal. Diana Ross made her film debut in 1972, playing Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues, which earned her an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. She followed up with another starring role in Mahogany, playing an aspiring fashion designer who falls in love with a politician. The film was directed by Berry Gordy, who clashed with Ross over creative differences. Gordy wanted to make the film more glamorous and romantic, while Ross wanted to make it more realistic and gritty. The film was poorly received by critics and audiences, and it also caused a scandal when it was revealed that Ross had an affair with her co-star Anthony Perkins during filming. The Central Park concert. Diana Ross made history in 1983 when she performed a free concert for over 400,000 people at Central Park in New York City. The concert was meant to raise funds for a playground named after her in Harlem, but it turned into a disaster when a thunderstorm hit during the show. Ross tried to continue singing despite the rain and wind, but she had to stop when the stage became unsafe. She promised to return the next day, and she did, performing for another 350,000 people. The concert was filmed and released as a documentary titled Diana Ross Live in Central Park. The arrest incident. Diana Ross faced one of the most embarrassing moments of her career in 1999, when she was arrested for driving under the influence in Tucson, Arizona. She was pulled over by a police officer after he saw her swerving on the road. She failed a breathalyzer test and was taken to a police station, where she became belligerent and uncooperative. She refused to take another breathalyzer test and tried to leave the station without permission. She was charged with disobeying a police officer and driving with an expired license. She pleaded no contest and was sentenced to 48 hours in jail, 36 hours of alcohol abuse treatment, and a year of probation. The Divas Live feud. Diana Ross was one of the headliners of the VH1 Divas Live concert in 2000, along with Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Faith Hill, and Donna Summer. The concert was meant to celebrate the best female singers of all time, but it also sparked the feud between Ross and Houston. The two divas reportedly fought over who would close the show, and they exchanged some tense words on stage. Ross also grabbed Houston's microphone and pushed her out of the spotlight during their final performance of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Houston later said that Ross was rude and disrespectful to her, while Ross said that Houston was insecure and jealous of her. The Michael Jackson tribute. Diana Ross had a close friendship with Michael Jackson, whom she met when he was a child star in the Jackson 5. She was his mentor, his inspiration, and his confidante. She even named him as the secondary guardian of her children in her will. When Jackson died in 2009, Ross was devastated and issued a statement saying that she was unable to imagine this. She did not attend his memorial service or his funeral, saying that she wanted to grieve privately. She later paid tribute to him at the Grammy Awards in 2010, singing You Are Not Alone with a choir of children. Diana Ross has had a remarkable life and career, full of highs and lows, triumphs and tragedies. She has faced many obstacles and controversies, but she has also shown resilience and grace. She has inspired millions of fans and artists with her talent, her style, and her spirit. She is still going strong at 79, releasing new music and performing live. She is a living legend, a once and forever superstar, and a true diva.